Chris, without Lee this time. You might wonder why I'm just aiming my camera at the headlight of my car. But I just want to share with you something I've learned, a technique that is not for the faint of heart at all. Not at all for the faint of heart. But if you're brave and you have a steady hand, then you might want to give this a shot, because last week at this time, these headlights, the headlight covers actually, were opaque yellow. And now look at them, they look beautiful. They're almost perfect. They are every bit as clear as the headlights on our other Camry, which is actually older, but we just bought it last year, and it was obviously garage kept, and they're still in mint condition. And so, but these were just yellow, opaque. You could not actually see any of those headlights, any of that headlight assembly behind that lens. And you know, I was driving home the other night. You know, it's been getting darker sooner earlier lately. And I realized these headlights were awful. I really need to try some. So the first thing I tried was I got some 200 grit wet dry sandpaper and did that, and that helped a lot. But it still wasn't nearly as clear as this was. And so I was fooling around with it, tried some rubbing alcohol, denatured alcohol, see if that didn't touch it. Tried some wax, thinking, you know, maybe that would help. It helped a tad bit, you know, because the wax would fill in the cracks, the scratches from the sandpaper a little bit. Finally, I was looking around in my shed and saw some brake cleaner. I thought, well, what the heck, I will give it a shot. I sprayed just a tad on the, and you can't tell now, but it was about right there. And what I noticed, first of all, is that it actually dissolves that plastic. So I'm glad I just hit it with a very quick shot. Then I went to try to get it off with one of these rags. It's a microfiber towel. Got these from Walmart. They're a good deal. Less than 50 cents a piece. Get about 8 of them for $4. And they're good quality too. They're not like the kind you get at the dollar store where they're so coarse they don't really microfiber anything up. And so I sprayed a liberal amount of brake cleaner on my rag, and I simply did this. I just, as quickly as, because that stuff really evaporates quickly. I just did like this, and I just went whoosh, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes. I reloaded it with some more brake cleaner, did it again, and literally it was 2 swipes to do that. Now, if you're going to use brake cleaner, now there's some debris around there, around the edge. That's probably where I hit it with sandpaper. I mean, this is a 10-year-old car. It's got 280,000 miles on it. As you can see, we had an unfortunate deer accident. So if I ever fix it, I'll get the hood replaced and get this all repainted anyway. So I wasn't terribly concerned about the paint. Now, but if you do use brake cleaner, you really do need to be concerned about the paint, because it will eat it up, because it'll eat just about anything up. And if you look, you can't see it in the video. I can see it here in person. It did leave little streaks in the plastic, not streaks like deformations, like the size of these little microfiber textures here. And so I can see it. You may or may not be able to see it in the video, but it did leave just a very almost imperceptible little kind of wavy pattern. Might be able to see it a little bit better here. See, like here on right in here, it's still a little cloudy, because by the time you get from, you know, wiping from there to there, the stuff on the towel's almost dry. So you literally have 2 or 3 seconds to get that towel across there. If you were going to try this, the other thing I'm not sure of is if it will work on straight, you know, without doing anything else first. Like I said, I sanded these down first, and that got rid of all the yellow color. So I'm thinking that would be a good prerequisite. You know, get yourself some, but you wouldn't have to get 2000 grit. You could just go to your hardware store, get some wet dry 400 or 800. You don't need anything really esoteric. Just something to take that top layer of oxidation off. Because I don't think it's going to work very well if you just if you just go straight with the rag on that opaque yellow. I call it oxidation. I guess that's really what it is. If you do have a nice car and you don't want to scrape the paint, I would first wax all around the headlight area liberally, maybe a couple coats of wax, and then I would tape it off with some duct tape, only because duct tape seems to stick better. Sometimes masking tape, or you could use masking tape or any other high sticky tape, not anything that's plastic based though. So you probably want to stick, let me rethink this for a minute. I'm thinking probably masking tape would be better because it's usually paper based and it won't dissolve if the brake cleaner hits it. And tape it off really well, and so you don't have to worry quite so much. You know, I actually used a towel folded in quarters like this. You could probably make it a little smaller. You know, maybe fold it over again and just use that last little square bit to do the brake cleaner with. That would probably work good. But you know, the thing is, you got to, once you get started, once you spray that brake cleaner on there, you got to do it quick. You've got to do it really quick and really smooth, and just, you know, it's just like if you have any experience painting, you know exactly what I mean if you're a good painter. You know, like you load up the brush and you just put it up to the corner that you're cutting in and you just roll with it. And you don't think about what you're doing, you don't try to get it perfect, you just let your hand move. You've got that kind of motion going on. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you because to me this is remarkable. It's a remarkable result. And so if you have any questions or comments, any brake cleaner will do. I mean, I don't think you need I think all brake cleaners are pretty much the same. I just had some advanced auto parts brake cleaners, you know, no name brand. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below. Like and subscribe. We love when you do that. And next time I come up with something cool to do on the car, I'll share it with you, okay? We'll see you on the next one.